Here are 7 top ways I used to improve my communication skills that completely changed my life, and how you can use them too to impact even millions of people. Once you have mastered these ways to communicate a message, you will be perceived as more charismatic, attractive, and persuasive. Others will start looking at you as a very interesting person. You can use these methods to create your following, selling more products and services, no matter the vehicle you choose to communicate your message. Indeed, I firmly believe that your ability to communicate, both with the written word and spoken word, is the best asset you should develop to win in the business game. Do not forget that selling means communicating a message properly to arouse people's interest and persuade them to take action. Let's dive deep into this fascinating topic. My name is Max Cecco, and I help you become a high-paid infopreneur. It means selling your expertise or someone else's knowledge to help people solve their problems. On YouTube, I share my 12-year knowledge and experience helping professionals and small business owners create their personal brand online and sell information products and services. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I suggest you subscribe right now and turn the notification on. If you tap on the like button, you will contribute to spreading my message to people like you. So, thank you. Let me make a brief but essential premise that I want to be sure you know. Effective communication is dictated by 55% body language, how you use your body to support your message. In a nutshell, based on what I've just said, you always communicate something even without pronouncing a single word. 38% is paraverbal communication, how to use your voice. This is extremely important. Some people underestimate the emotions you can and you should convey with your voice. Indeed, in the last 4 years, I have had different coaching sessions with some experts in order to master how to train my voice to communicate effectively. It is a game changer. More on this topic in the next few minutes. Only 7% of your communication represents the words you use. With that said, let's dive deep into the 7 top ways to improve your communication skills, and do not forget that what I share with you comes from my 12 years of experience in marketing and communication. Communication way number 1. Active listening. Wait. I perfectly know it sounds strange, and most probably you are wondering, Max, what the fuck are you saying? You want to speak about how to communicate better, and now you are telling me to be a good listener. Yes, sir. Yes, miss. Yes, missus. Active listening is essential for 3 main reasons. Number 1, you will be able to understand your speaker's point of view quickly and easily. Number 2, you can reply, engage, and interact with the topic, argument your interlocutor has exposed. And number 3, the person you are speaking to, since you have actively listened to him or her for most of the time, will love and appreciate you, even if you don't say anything, just because you have listened to them carefully and patiently. No matter if you are in a one-to-one, for or live conversation, listening is always the starting point to become great at communicating anything. Communication way number 2, be empathetic. The question is, how to create empathy? How to communicate with empathy? Empathy is the most important and efficient weapon you can use to persuade others to create a connection with people. Empathizing with people means understanding their point of view to see things, understanding the other person's feelings by putting yourself in their shoes and taking their perspective. Indeed, everyone wants to feel understood. This is the basic of persuasion. Now, 3 aspects about empathy. Empathy gives our communication more compassion. Empathy pushes us to create more effective communication. Since we want to connect with other person's point of view, we try our best to align our communication in order to match the perspective of our audience. Empathy is a bridge that helps us to transfer our message more effectively. To create empathy, you can use words like these: I feel you, I got you, I know what you mean, I understand your feelings and concerns, but please don't make fun of who you are speaking to. Empathy must be sincere and real, otherwise, if you are not true, your interlocutor will perceive it. Communication way number 3. Tell a good story. I love sharing stories because thanks to them you can convey not only the right message but feelings as well. With a great story you can transfer emotions to your audience. Feel yourself the emotion you want to convey first if you want your audience to feel your same feeling too. In addition, stories are the best weapon to sell anything without being salesy. Indeed, when you share a story, you get your audience's attention at the highest level. No one will imagine that you are selling something by telling a story. Your audience's defenses are at a minimum level. I want to introduce the story in a nutshell by Donald Miller. In his book, Building a Story Brand, he defines a story in this way. Here is nearly every story you see or hear in a nutshell. A character who wants something encounters a problem before they can get it. At the peak of their despair, a guide steps into their lives, gives them a plan, and calls them to action. That action helps them avoid failure and ends in a success. When you take the listener to the same emotional journey the main character of the story experienced in the past, listeners identify themselves with the story and you grab their full attention. Every great communicator in the world is a great storyteller. Communication way number 4. Speak when it is necessary. Exactly. Speak when you have something interesting to tell. Otherwise, stay in the listening mode. This seems to be a dumb suggestion, but if you open your mouth a few times with a great speech or just to add value to a conversation, people will remember you. Not only they will congratulate you for sharing your advice or point of view. It works like magic. Try it and let me know in the comments below. Communication way number 5. Use your voice properly. Your voice is like a musical instrument. You need to learn how to use your voice correctly in order to communicate the right message with the proper intention. Your voice represents a unique sound and no one in the entire world has your same voice. There is no good or bad voice, but what's important is whether you properly use your voice or not. And there are 4 expressive elements of your voice. Number 1. Your tone, the timbre of your voice. It can be high, medium, low. I suggest you change the tone of your voice based on the pictures, feelings, emotions, thoughts you want to convey to your audience. And once again, it all depends on the message you want to spread. Expressive element number 2. The volume of your voice. It sounds intensity. The more air goes out from your mouth, the more your voice volume increases. This is why you need to understand how to use your breathing properly. Expressive element number 3. The tempo, the speed you use to pronounce the words. Expressive element number 4. The rhythm, how to use the pauses correctly to highlight some parts of your speech based on the message you want to convey to your audience. Combine these elements properly and you can conquer the world by only seducing people with your voice. Communication way number 6. How to use your body language. As I told you before, your body language is responsible for 55% of your communication efficacy. Gestures are very important. And now I want you to imagine a situation like this. Me sharing a message like this without using my arms, with a flat tone voice, without energy. It doesn't matter if I'm sharing the most valuable information on how to communicate effectively. For sure, you would have stopped this video from the beginning. Now, allow me to share with you what you don't have to do when you're speaking with someone. 1. Do not look down. Your chin must be parallel to the ground. 2. Be centered with your body, but please do not swing and do not lean in one hip, something like this. 3. Do not stay in this position. It is horrible to see and it expresses closure. In addition, do not put your hands in your pockets. It expresses arrogance. Be open, smile often, and open your arms. Your body language allows you to reinforce the message that comes out of your mouth thanks to the words you use and especially thanks to your voice. Communication way number 7. Increase your vocabulary. Your vocabulary represents your ability to express anything you want. With a rich vocabulary, you can improvise any speech and you will give the impression and perception to be interesting enough to be listened to. At the same time, do not make this terrible mistake. express yourself with difficult words that only a few people can understand. This is a huge mistake that most professionals and graduates make. Now, listen to me. If you are capable enough to be understood by a child, no matter the words you use, you will be on the right path to become a great communicator. Honestly, I was a complete disaster in communicating anything. I was an introvert, and my vocabulary consisted of elementary words. Reading one book a month in the last 10 years changed everything. If you want to increase your vocabulary and your ability to express yourself, master the art of reading books. Period. And please, especially when you have to sell something to someone or just introduce a topic to your colleagues or speak with your team or your boss, always be prepared. Preparation gives you the necessary confidence to deliver a great message. With that said, if you want to become a great communicator, start with mastering the use of your voice. So, watch this video. How to use your voice to be persuasive. Not only theory, but you will learn practical exercises you can implement immediately to be more effective. So, watch this video now.